Hi, welcome. I'm Hannah Worden. I am the great-great-great-granddaughter of Francis Lyman Worden. He was born in Vermont, and you may know him as the founder of Missoula, along with C.P. Higgins. But yeah, I know him as my great-great-great-grandfather. Yeah, he was born in Vermont in, oh goodness, this is a lot. Okay, he was born in Vermont in 1830, and he grew up on a farm with his family, and he just worked on the farm until he was probably about 17. And then he decided that he wanted to be a businessman. And so he grew up and decided to go to New York and try his efforts there. And he became an apprentice at some business company in New York. But he was only there for probably 5-ish years before the West started calling him. And this was around the time of the gold rush. And so he decided to go with California to test his luck along with everybody else. And like most other people, did not get any gold and kind of ran out down there. But he did meet a lot of new people in California and decided to move to Oregon with Andrew Davis. And that's actually where he started his first trading post, was in Oregon. And he lived there for a few years, and that's actually where he first met Lucretia, was in Oregon, but they hadn't married yet, but she hung around the store then, and then he ended up that's where he met Christopher Higgins, and they worked together in Oregon for a few years, and then they decided, you know, let's go more east towards like the uncharted territory and see what we can find down there. And they stumbled upon this great little valley, and they decided this is a great spot to build a trading post. And that's where they decided to build the first Hellgate trading post, and that's actually the sign from the original trading post in 1860 on Mullen Road. I don't know if you guys know where the gas station is out on Mullen Road. There's like a big gas station, and then they have storage units behind it. They tore down the original store about 10-15 years ago to put up those storage units. My grandma fought forever about it and said, please don't, like, it's historical, but we obviously couldn't get that saved. I know that she had a board from the original, like just a wood board that was a part of it, and the original nails for a long time, but I'm pretty sure we donated all of that stuff to the fort. Yeah, so they moved here, and once people started to come in a little more, they realized that that spot on Mullen Road wasn't the best spot. They were not close to the river or anything like that, so they decided to move a couple miles east where the now mercantile is, and they built a mill on the Clark Fork River, and they worked there, and that's actually where they started the first post office in Missoula as well, and he became the head of the post office in Missoula and did that for years and years. And Lucretia actually ended up following Higgins and Worden back here to Missoula, and they ended up getting married when he was about 35 and she was 14. Yeah, they got married, and very scandalous. They had 7 kids before they passed. Only 4 of them made it to adulthood though. And then Frank Worden, their oldest boy, is actually like the one I'm came down from. And Ruth is my grandma's grandma, and then Tommy Lou is my grandma. So there's all generations are here right now. And my grandma is actually from the Deer Lodge, and she worked at her dad was the warden of the prison, and she ended up meeting Bill. He came out to the prison for some I can't remember why, but that's where they ended up meeting, and she really got into the Worden family spirit, and she probably inherited it more than anyone that I know. But yeah, so they built that mill for the longest time, and then the railroad started to come in, and that's when they built the railroad, and it really started to, they really saw the town like being built from the ground up, which is very cool. And they originally were actually going to name Missoula Wordensville. There was a town hall meeting about it, and it was going to be named Wordensville. They decided Missoula sounds better. I'm okay with that. I like Missoula better. It definitely sounds a lot nicer. But it would have been cool to be Wordensville and be like, I'm the warden in Wordensville. Lastly, once they started really like getting into, like, the city started to become big and people started moving here, they realized that they needed a water system. And so that's when Worden started working on the water system and doing that for the city. And he ended up catching pneumonia in 1887 and passed away at 56 from pneumonia. But that's his big, we've tried to get someone out here to clean it for a couple of years now, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, that's my tale, basically. My dad is Austin Worden, but yeah, we descended from the oldest son, and now I'm here doing this. But yeah, I also have these. This is a picture of Francis and then Lucretia. And then the original trading post is this small one right here, and then the Missoula mercantile and the mill is the bigger one on the bottom.
Okay.
But yeah.
Is that your grandma doing the same thing?
No, that's Jeannie Pack. She is, she's the gal she's a presenter. She got voted the best presenter last year. Yeah. So she's on the front of the guidebook, but yeah.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
I want to get a picture. Did you take a
Yeah, I
picture?
did.
Yeah. I had to get the whole thing. My mom was like, make sure someone videos it or takes pictures. And I was like, okay.
I should have done